And we'll see who's been left out in front after having that crash around the bend. Here we go. Sky are out there. I can see Sky. Oh, they're starting out across the track. After Zero, Sky racing. Here comes the big finish. Oh, look out. It's tight. It's dangerous. Away we go. Oh, no. What a finish. A great finish indeed for Turkey. And it's now got for Turkey has taken it out. His first ever ride in the set. Okay, Kim, they're just saying it's a photo finish. It's going right down to the photo. 3, 2.
Stage 2 of the Santos Tour Down Under, starting with the Coleman's Group race between Loberthal and Stirling. Loberthal, a first-time start for the event. Little bit of history there. Stirling, Paul, was in on the very first edition of this race back in 1999.
But a slightly different finish on this occasion because after all, the race is going to go 3 times around the city of Stirling on what is going to be a very testing finale for the race this year.
Well, the pattern started very early. After 2 kilometres, Martin Kohler, the man who was in the breakaway on the previous day, was at it again. 2 kilometres later, he was joined by Will Clark on the Uni SA team, a Tasmanian. A massive crowd, the biggest we've ever seen in Stirling, and they were here to cheer one man. They'd watched him go around this circuit 4 times. His lead of 10 minutes, they're down to 7 minutes, they're desperate moments, but Will Clark was enjoying his moment on the long climb of some 6 kilometres up to the finish in Stirling. He knew the field was closing in. From 7 minutes at just 21 kilometres earlier, it was now down to little more than a minute, and he didn't care. This was going to be his greatest ever victory, and by taking it, he wouldn't get the ochre jersey, but he was going to get an enormous amount of satisfaction.
He certainly was. He'd conserved enough of his advantage to get himself the stage victory on this occasion, but the main field absolutely tore into town over that final lap, and he needed 1 minute 36 seconds if he was going to take the overall lead, but that was not going to happen.
In the race for second place, more small time bonuses at stake on the line, but Michael Matthews, the winner of this race a year ago, and that was his first win as a pro, is on the far right. Look at the kick in those legs as he comes over the line. He's challenged briefly by Simon Gerrans, the Australian champion, but Matthews gets the second place finish. Gerrans had to be content with third about 65 seconds after Will Clark had crossed the line. Stage 3 of the Santos Tour Down Under, setting off from Unley, which was on the original tour route back in 1999, as indeed was Victor Harbour. Total distance of 134 kilometres, and 131 riders still in the race. Just the 2 riders suffering that first day crash, Jürgen Roland with a damaged vertebrae, and Frédéric Guédon with a fractured pelvic hip. So the riders rolling out, Paul. It's a 9 kilometre neutralised section before we get to the race start proper today.
But once the race starts proper, it goes out onto the Southern Expressway. We can expect it to be very fast indeed at that point, because that really has turned out to be quite a tradition. And as we get onto the expressway, there's already a 4-man leading group forming at the head of this race.
Coming together as they raced into the town of Victor Harbour. A very tortuous approach to the line, and Sky, led by Matthew Heyman, were trying to set it up for Edvald Boysenhagen.
Yes, but all the other sprinters queuing up behind. That's Mark Renshaw in 3rd or 4th position there, also not very far away, the big Andre Greipel from Germany.
So as a little bit of shoulder bouncing goes on down there, the line-up for the finish now as Sky, desperate for a victory here, are chasing what looks like to be Mark Renshaw on the right of the road. But as they lined up for the finish now, Sky were being challenged by none other than Greipel on the right, Boysenhagen in the centre, Hutrovic in the white, and Andre Greipel wins in history his 10th stage of the Santos Tour Down Under. His second so far in 3 days. He now rivals Robbie McEwen, who holds the record with 12 stage wins. And the Bupa Stage 4 of the Santos Tour Down Under, taking the riders on this 4th day of 130 kilometres, leaving Norwood and bound for Tanunda, the first of 2 days in the hillier courses of this year's race.
Michael Matthews starting off on the front row, leading the Best Young Riders competition and proving to be a very fast sprinter. He too nurturing thoughts of a possible victory overall, especially at the end of today's stage, with 2 very difficult sprints and climbs out on the course.
Then the battle to the line here as the sprinters sensed the bonuses could make a big difference overall. Kohler was in there but not gaining any bonuses, and in a final run for the line it was going to be a big rush as trying to chase down here was Daniel Bernardi. But as they came up to the line, a very, very typical sprint from the rider on right in red, Oscar Freire, in his first Tour Down Under, getting his first victory there for his new Katusha team, and chasing him over the line there was Michael Matthews, but just outside of the time bonus. If Matthews had finished second or third, Paul, he would have been the leader, but there he is, just coming into our picture in 5th place. So the lead passes once again back to Martin Kohler.
But the time differences, Phil, were not very big at all, because when you started to add up all those time bonuses, this man had lost an awful lot of time. Andre Greipel, the leader at the start of the day, trailing home in excess of 7 minutes in arrears.
2, 1, away they go for the JK Stage 5 of the 2012 Tables Tour Down Under.
Yeah, I was a little bit outnumbered there coming into the old Wollonga Hill for the last time, and Valverde had the most teammates there and he was looking very good, so I really marked him in those last couple of Ks there and just tried to jump him on the line, but unfortunately he had the strength just to come back past me again and put us equal on time.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, away they go! Finish second. They've still got 12 laps to go. Here's a big sprint for third. And Green Edge, the new Australian team Green Edge, taking out the 2012, so congratulations. What about the keeper, Jürgen Rollins, ladies and gentlemen?
What can I say? I think the team was just amazing what they did there. I thought it would be very too early that we hit the front, but I need to say chapeau for the guys. It was amazing. The guys made the sprint look easy, but I could save myself for the last 200 meters, and I'm just happy for the guys and for myself to finish it off here the Tour de None.
But I was pleasantly surprised when I was told I had the lead. When Alejandro beat me yesterday, I thought he might have the lead coming into today, and we'd have a tough job to try and take it back off him. But yeah, as it turns out, I got the lead yesterday and was able to hang on to it today, so I couldn't be happier.
Quite amazing, really, because this is the second time you've won this bike race overall, but I think this might be just a little bit sweeter than previously.
Yeah, definitely. This is such a fantastic victory for Green Edge. This is really the first way of saying thank you to the Ryan family and to Shane Bannon, all the supporters of the team, everyone who helped put this whole project together. We couldn't really ask for a more perfect way to start the 2012 season.
Well, we'd like to thank our Premier, ladies and